get a lot of questions coming from users of Accelerated Reader about how to best manage their students' reading. In other words, what do I push kids to? When do I push? When do I not push? And let me tell you what we found over decades of research. The number one predictor of growth is how well kids do when they are reading books and taking their quizzes. So as long as your kids are scoring 80, 85%, 90, 95% or higher, if they're reading and doing really well, that's the best predictor. Following that is how much time they spend reading, which is also reflected in Accelerated Reader points. So that's a factor as well, but it's not as highly associated as doing well when you read. And then the one that teachers fret a tremendous amount over is, what about the challenge in their reading? How hard are the books they're reading? What we actually found was that was aligned with growth, but it fell behind how well they did when they were reading and how much they did when they were reading. It was very difficult to correlate the average readability level of their books with their optimum growth. Some kids will read a book that's more challenging, and then they'll come back and read a book that's simpler, and they'll go up and down in their ranges. Here's the best advice that we can give you. Manage your students' reading practice, but not too rigidly. If you see a student that's always getting 100, try to push them in some harder books. But if you start pushing and they start shutting down, back off. You know the kids you can push. You know the kids that you need to leave alone when they're happily reading. Work to do what you can to manage your students' reading practice, but again, don't do it too rigidly.